Thank you very much. My name is Darren Taylor, Chief Executive and Founder of Eco Communities, formerly Eco Computers, and we've taken over the running of 3 library buildings in Lewisham. These library buildings are now multi-use buildings. Lewisham Council is responsible for the stock, and also they've installed self-issue systems. Eco Communities has a full maintenance and repair lease of the buildings, and we staff the libraries with a community hub manager and also volunteers. This has seen the council making an annual saving of just over £1 million a year. And since May 2011, when we took over the running, the multi-purpose centres have do many things, from book loans to baby bounce to IT training with free computers for senior citizens, community radio station that space wasn't being used previously, Christmas, spring, summer fairs, art exhibitions, Easter egg hunts, story and drama sessions, free Wi-Fi, free computers, job clubs helping people into jobs, maths and English classes for kids, summer reading challenge, and the list goes on. I've got this list, you can have a look at it afterwards if you want, because I could be here for 2 hours reeling this off. But you're probably interested about the financial sustainability of the organisation, because we've signed a 25-year lease, so how are we going to make sure that we're still around in 25 years? My organisation is a social enterprise, so all the money goes back into Lewisham, helping people. So we do computer recycling, where we're training unemployed people how to rebuild and fix computers. We teach senior citizens and unemployed people how to get onto computers, and that fits in well with libraries. We do employment training as well, so people come in, we give them skills, and we also do their CVs and help them into jobs, which also fits in well with libraries. We also do book recycling, so we've had about 200,000 books donated in 2 years, of which we sell a lot of those on Amazon, and that generates a good income, which pays the gas and electricity bills of all the libraries every month. And new initiatives, we work with 15 housing associations. So what you've got there is, we've just said L&Q finance a cafe academy. So right as I speak now, cafes are being installed in these libraries, which is great because it's encouraging people to stay in the libraries longer, to drink coffee while they're reading their books. But also what we've got is unemployed people learning how to, one, customer service MVQ, a barista MVQ, and we've got the Barista World Champion training there. And then what we do is we give them work experience in those cafes, and then we get them into jobs. So we're talking to Costa and Starbucks about providing these people jobs afterwards. And I mean, the partnerships we've got, the most important partnership was Friends Ofs. So what happened before we took over was there was massive campaigns, 20,000 people signing petitions and not to close the libraries. And so I become friends with them, and they came down to a library that I reopened in Deptford before all these cuts were going on. And they looked at the library and thought, actually, we like this. So actually, we formed a Friends Of for each group. And these are very important, because what they do, they've actually been project managing my refurbishment programs for me. They've been also getting funding for activities to run in the libraries. And so they are important, and some of them are volunteers as well. And so it's like they've got some ownership, where sometimes I see Friends Of groups, they're actually just moaning about things all the time and not actually helping libraries. So we've got these people really taking ownership of it and really actually helping us. The other bigger partnership is Lewisham Council. I mean, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't have a partnership with Lewisham Council, because it's having access to their resources and their expertise. So, for example, my little community libraries are part of the London Library Consortium. So someone can come into our libraries and have access to 5 million books. We're not a two-tiered system. And also, we've got access to the library management system as well, which is important, because I speak to other community libraries where they've got to go and look at buying in their own library management systems. And I don't think that's right. I think you need to be part of the system. And they've even actually wrote a module where the volunteers can use the library management system, and we don't have to worry about data protection because they can't access the customers' data. And that's innovational, that is, for me, because I would be worried about volunteers coming in and being able to access data. So now we have thousands of visitors every month, thousands of books being taken out, the libraries are open longer than before, but I want to see more visitors and more book issues, and that's why Lucian's engaged with us, because they see my passion with books, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm passionate about books later. But this can only happen with the professionalism of Lucian Library Services. We have an 0800 number which our volunteers and staff can ring, which accesses professional libraries so that answer questions if we can't answer those questions. Professional librarians visit every month to inspect stock and also to provide us with new stock. Working with Lucian Library Services is a pleasure. Now, you're probably asking why I've done this. It's interesting because I've taken over 2 Carnegie libraries that were falling down, and we've renovated the roofs already within 2 years. One of them's going through a total refurbishment, having cafes installed, and Carnegie's motto was he wanted to help people that wanted to help themselves. Now, my background, 20 years ago, I couldn't read. I learned to read because of love. My fiance was studying law, and the mother-in-law was a writer, and she gave me a book, Jane Eyre. And she said, "Oh, read this and let me know what you think of it." And that's when I sat there and thought, oh gosh, this is when they find out I'm stupid and I'm going to get dumped. So I had a choice, and I chose to help myself. And I bought myself a dictionary of thesaurus, and I read that book in 2 weeks. And then every 2-3 weeks, my mother-in-law was giving me books all the time. And that's how I learnt to read. And that's why I see that libraries are so important. And that's why I'm passionate about making sure that they stay open. And that's my dream is actually coming true. Thank you.